This program contains violent content which may be too intense for some. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this Friday night. So happy to be with you here. I'm going to bring Andrea on. I think she's muted, but that's all right. She's looking for some documents. Somehow I'm missing one. Haha. Well, hi, Paula. How are you? Yes, Friday night. I can't wait. It's finally the weekend. Couple days off with no work. So she'll just have to let me know when she's ready. Okay, that sounds good, Andrea. She just sent me a message, but we will do our change plans here.
Yeah, I looked. I can't find it.
Yeah, I know. We'll have to.
I'm gonna have to just go in more in depth in the other into the separate emails.
Well, there's so many things in there.
Yeah, but I don't understand why I have it and you don't.
I don't know.
Would it be in your binder?
My binders are a mess.
Okay.
But we'll do this one, and then we can always go back to that one.
Okay.
Let's see here. Paula says, I hear you with that. I'm good. Blue Lamp, nice to see you here. Thank you for joining us. So, to recap yesterday, oh my goodness. Andrea, that first statement we read of Kyle Neff was jacked up.
Yeah, it sure was.
I mean, he was lying right and left, not telling the truth in that first statement.
About a lot of things.
Yeah.
So this one that we're gonna, since we have to jump ahead,
Yeah.
this one is done May 18th of 04.
Right.
So
This is
it's almost a whole-
actually his deposition, correct?
Yes, this is the deposition from the state of Indiana versus Elizabeth Balser and Jonathan Yates.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. But we'll jump back to that other one. So the first two pages of this are just, it just tells that it's state of Indiana versus Elizabeth J. Balser, Jonathan Yates. Gives the normal wording of a deposition. Appearances for the plaintiff, it says J.D. Rich. For the defendant, Liz Balser and her attorney, Robert F. Alden. For the defendant, Jonathan Yates, his attorney, Patrick J. Roberts. For the deponent, Stephanie C. Duran. Also present, Derek Vonderheide. Oh my.
What the heck is that?
I don't know. It doesn't tell who he is.
Mm-mm.
Just says also present.
Right. I wonder if it's a bailiff. Well, no, it took place at the courthouse.
Yeah, in the Superior Court of Hamilton County.
It may be a bailiff then.
It might be. Or court reporter.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Well, this is a long one, so you're still going to get more updated and detailed information versus the last one. Because remember, he's received his plea deal. He has to tell the truth in this, or his plea deal is gone. So,
This is only 60-some pages.
is it?
It's actually 265 pages, but there's 4 pages on a page.
Oh, that's right.
So you divide it in 4, so it's only 60-some pages.
Okay. Well, Andrea, this one's a little different because it's question and answer. So it doesn't tell you who's actually doing the questions. So
Yeah, it does. At the top, it says questions by Mr. Roberts.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I missed that.
Which is
Okay.
Jonathan Yates' lawyer.
So you're going to be reading the part of him, Jonathan Yates' lawyer, and I'll be reading the part of Kyle Neff.
So I'm doing the questions.
Yep. So let's get started because this one is going to be interesting, and I'm sure we're going to have to stop a few times to chat about it.
Okay, do you want to read that? Are we going to read that first paragraph, or you want me to go right into the questions?
I'll read that first paragraph.
Okay.
So it says, having been first duly sworn to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, was examined and testified as follows. Direct examination, questioned by Mr. Roberts. Okay.
For the record, would you state your name and present address?
Kyle Neff, West Madison.
Kyle, we've met before, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Okay, in experience of a deposition here about a month ago, all right?
Yeah.
I'm Pat Roberts, and I'll start out this afternoon by asking you some questions, particularly about the park. And then I think Mr. Alden will ask you some questions, and then I'll probably come back and ask you some things pertaining basically to Jonathan Yates at that time.
Okay.
Right now, we've kind of decided what we'd like to do is to take you through the park with some pictures, okay?
Okay.
I think towards the end of your last examination, you were talking, as I recall, about coming into the park and seeing Tabitha in the pavilion.
Yes.
You recall that?
Yes.
I'd like to pick up from the point with you and go on. And the same rules apply today as what they did in your last examination.
Okay.
If you have any questions about anything, you're not sure about anything, we'll stop. Let you talk with Stephanie and clarify any questions you may have.
All right.
Okay?
Yes.
Don't have to spend any more time going over those things, do we?
Uh-uh.
All right, let's go to the park. First of all, I think at the time that we were last together, you talked about the pavilion, and I'll show you what's been marked for identification. Hang on, I'm going to turn the page. For identification purposes is Defendant Yates's Exhibit A. Is that the pavilion we're talking about?
Yes, it is.
Does that picture truly and accurately portray the park and the pavilion as it is on the north side where you entered the park, I guess, according to your previous testimony with Ms. Balser in the car?
Yes.
In your previous testimony, you indicated that you saw Tabitha in that pavilion.
Yes.
Okay, would you look at the picture for me? And I've got another copy of it, and I would like for you not to mark that one up, but to mark up the copy.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have anything to write with?
Oh, you broke up a little bit. Say that again.
Do you have anything to write with?
No, I don't.
I'll give you something. With regards to that picture, would you show me where Tabitha was when you entered the park? Was it October the 2nd?
Yes.
Okay.
It was over around here.
Now that would be the northeast corner.
All right, hang on one second. Is it my internet? Andrea's internet? Can you all hear her without it echoing
On my computer, you're froze.
because I can barely hear what you're saying.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
I think it's me.
You're froze. Well, she darted out. Mark. The spelling is VON D as in dog ERHEIDE. Can everyone hear me at least? Well, does anybody have any questions until she gets back on here?
Okay.
There she is.
Oh my gosh, that was weird.
Yeah. What the heck?
I it completely almost it seemed like the whole thing just shut down on me.
That's what mine did last night.
That is so weird.
Yeah, Janet, I'm okay. I was like, so has anybody got any questions until she comes back?
Vanderhyde. I'm
I
putting
spelled
it
it for
in the
him.
chat. Okay. Okay. That was so weird. I actually watched my internet kind of crap out. That was so funny.
Yeah, because you kept saying you're breaking up. I can't hear you, and I'm like, I haven't moved.
I at first I thought it was you, and then I realized it was me.
And I'm like, nope, not me. I was like, can everybody hear me? And they're like, yep, can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Where did
Hang
we
on
leave
one
off?
second here.
You're fine.
Okay. We have some pictures that go with this, so I'm like,
Right.
oh, I should share the pictures. But let me. I'm trying to find my page that I was reading from.
Oh, we're on page. It would be page 6, but on the little pages.
Okay. So as we go through this deposition, I will try to remember to flip through these pictures that go with it. So you didn't miss much, Gloria. My internet shut down and came back up.
Took a crap.
Yep. Okay, so.
Okay, I said. Okay, now that would be the northeast corner. And then you said the southeast. Do you see where I'm at?
Yep.
Okay, southeast, excuse me.
Right. There's the northeast.
Okay, so it'd be the southeast corner of the pavilion.
Yes.
I guess maybe I'm turned around a little bit. I thought that these kiddie places and everything was on the north side of that pavilion.
Right. There's the kid place right here.
Right. Isn't that on the north side?
Yes.
It's actually not. It's on the west side.
Oh my God, they don't know direction, but it's okay.
Right. Okay, and where you are pointing to, I guess in my directions, would be if you looked at the building as a square or a rectangle, would be the northeast rather than the southeast, which would be on the other side of the building.
This is the southeast.
Okay, put an X there if you would.
Okay.
Now, as you come in on the road, you're in the car, okay?
Uh-huh.
You're in the passenger seat.
Elizabeth Balser's driving the car. Are
No,
we?
you were supposed to say yes.
Yes.
Elizabeth Balser's driving the car.
Uh-huh.
So you've got to kind of look through. Did you notice that out of the front or back window?
Front.
Okay, so you're looking in front of Elizabeth as she's driving.
I guess you could say that.
Did you have to move up or over or anything?
I don't remember.
And was it dark out?
Yes.
Wasn't any particular lights in that area inside the building?
Inside the pavilion, there's lights.
Was there?
Yes.
Okay, and you could clearly see her?
Not clearly.
Okay, you saw somebody.
Yes.
You don't know whether it was her or not at this point.
I just figured it was her.
What was distinctive about her looks at that time? I want to take you back now to when you're entering the park.
Okay.
What was distinctive about her looks?
What do you mean?
Well, was there any colors? The way she was dressed? Anything that you could notice from that distance?
Her hair?
What'd that look like?
Curly.
From that distance?
Well, sort of, yeah.
Okay, did you see Andrew Bush?
No.
So when you're looking into the pavilion from the roadway, okay, I guess the car's traveling what, west? Westerly?
Yes.
And you're on the north side
Yes.
of the car.
Yes.
North side of the roadway.
Yes.
Okay, and you're looking to your left.
Yes.
Did you see anybody else in the park?
Not at that time, no.
Were you and Elizabeth talking?
Most likely, yes.
Okay, did you mention to hear about seeing Tabby, excuse me.
We probably did, yes.
Do you recall the conversation?
I don't recall exact conversations, no.
Where did you go after you entered the park?
We went over and parked the car.
In a parking place, I think you told us, over near
The shuffleboard courts.
where the shuffleboard is.
Yes.
Okay, and smoked a joint there?
We lit one there, yes.
What'd you do with it after you lit it?
We smoked it while we walked.
Okay, there's a cement slab behind the shuffleboard place.
Yes.
Do you know where that is?
Yes.
Did you ever tell anybody you went back there and smoked it?
Yes.
What'd you tell them?
We went back there and lit it. Yes.
That's where you went to light it?
Yeah.
You rolled it from the high school to the parking lot.
Yes.
And then the two of you went over and smoked a joint on the slab or near the slab.
We went over there and lit it. Yes. We smoked it while we walked.
How'd you do that? Pass it back and forth?
Yeah.
Where'd you walk to then?
We walked over to the wooden footbridge.
Okay, and I've seen these tapes that I think the police made of you walking in the park.
Yes.
And you kind of take a route that follows the driveway or the drive there. Am I correct?
I don't recall. I don't know what you're saying. You'd have to show me where you're talking about.
Well, okay. Do you walk straight ahead over to if you take one point being the car and you take the other point being the bridge, you walked right straight?
We didn't walk a direct route, no.
The road curves around.
It was sort of like a...
Kind of like a horseshoe.
Yes.
Okay.
So like it's oval, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you follow the oval?
In a sense, yes.
So you walked around where the children's area is and you're in the clear.
No, we don't walk around where the children's area is, no.
You walk through it?
No.
Well, we'll carry on with that in a little while, but you generally don't go in a direct route.
Right.
But you go kind of to your left or your right.
To my left, I guess. Yeah.
There isn't anything over there except the creek, is there?
Grass and
Sure.
like a little fill type area.
Uh-huh. That's what I mean. Are you in the grassy area?
Yes.
Okay, and then you go around the grassy area following kind of the course of the roadway.
Yes.
And then you come up on another parking lot, do you?
Yes, there is.
Is that where you were?
Yes.
There's a bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think it's a cement bridge that goes over by the swimming pool.
Yes.
Okay, is that the way you went?
Over that way, yes.
Did you pass by the cement bridge?
Yes.
So now you're headed kind of east, am I right?
Yes.
So now you go up towards what I call the footbridge or the wooden bridge.
Yes.
And when you get there, what happens? Anything remarkable?
Yates is there.
Yates is there.
Yes.
Where is he?
He's sitting on the concrete slab underneath it.
So you walk all the way up to the bridge.
Yeah, pretty close, yes.
Okay, and you see him?
Yes.
Okay, and on the concrete slab by the walking bridge.
Yes.
There's more to it.
Oh, hang on. It goes all under it and around the side of it.
Okay. Does he say to you, and what does he say to you, and what do you say to him?
I don't remember exact words. We discussed about cocaine we're getting, and we discussed about how we were getting Tabby over there.
Okay, when you say we, who are you talking about?
Me and John and Liz, all three of us pretty much.
Now, when you greet John, he just is sitting there and you go over and start immediately talking about Tabby?
I don't remember exactly how we started talking.
And no recollection of the conversation?
I told you what the highlights of the conversation were. I don't remember all the exact details of what we talked about.
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out who said what. I mean, are you initiating the conversation? Is Ms. Balzer initiating the conversation? Is Jonathan?
Liz was talking about how to get Tabitha over there, and me and John, sometime around that time, talked about the cocaine we were getting.
Okay. Do you want to go through the pictures real quick before we go any further? I saw you flipping through them. That's what I was wondering.
Well, I was trying to kind of keep
up with where we were.
Yeah, so there's the pavilion there and the playground.
Yeah, the playground is off to the right.
Yeah.
Well, you can't hardly see it, but
Right. It's somewhere over here, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So there's like 2 playgrounds at that time. There's this one here.
And actually, that's just one structure. It's like a jungle gym.
Okay. And the swings there.
Yep.
And then there's more over here.
Over to the right, there's actually like a chain link fence that goes around the kiddie area.
Oh,
Yeah, right in
okay.
that area.
So this would have been the driveway coming in, the road coming in, correct?
Yeah, that's actually, if you look in the middle of the trees where that trail is,
Yep.
that's to the footbridge.
Right.
Coming in from the road, like they're coming west from the road,
Right.
coming into the park, and the footbridge is on the north side.
Yep. That's right here.
Right.
Then this one.
That's a better picture of the footbridge.
Yep. Now, you're going to be better at this on this picture than I am.
That's
What-
looking at the cement bridge, I think.
At the what?
Looks like it's the cement. Let me look. Let me find my picture so I can look at it closer,
I
because I
think
can't hardly make that out. Can you enlarge in that, maybe? There you go. Keep going.
so. It looks like there's some kind of structure over here.
That may be, okay, that's
This-
looking towards 19
Okay.
from the footbridge area.
To-
Now, remember, I told you, all these trees aren't there anymore.
Right. That's why
Remember-
it doesn't look right to me.
Right, right. So that is actually 19 looking east from the footbridge.
Okay. I'm just going to back it out a little bit here. This would just be another version of that, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay. Now, this is what, so this dark part over here is the creek.
And
Correct?
that is the bank. Yes.
This is the bank, yes. The steep
Yeah,
bank.
so you see how steep it is, yeah.
Yep. And then back over here,
That's actually just south of the bathrooms,
okay.
looking down the creek, going
Right.
looking to the south. Yeah.
And then this is just another picture of that.
Right.
It's weird black and white because you don't see the water here.
Yeah, I know. Well, do you have those pictures that I sent you that are in color?
I'd have to find them. All right, what is this a picture of?
That's actually, that's the slab. That's the concrete slab. That's by the drainage pipe to
Okay.
where they supposedly put her body in at.
Okay. And there's just another picture of it. Another view of it.
I don't know what that is.
Well, if it,
Oh, that's looking up from the tree, from the drainage tile.
okay,
They're actually standing on the concrete slab looking up.
gotcha. So now you can see how steep
Right.
those embankments really were.
Another picture of it.
Yep. Okay, so that's all the pictures we have then.
Okay.
It's neat to have these pictures, but all right.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep. What
We're at
page?
the bottom of page 14.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
What about it?
Well, the arrangement about cocaine you were getting.
Uh-huh.
Did you and John talk about getting cocaine prior to the time you got there?
No.
Did you ever see John any time before you got there?
Not that day, no.
And I think you said that Elizabeth told you that John was going to be there.
Yes.
And she told
Time
you
out.
that.
Time out. So, he admits that Elizabeth told him that he was going to be there.
Right, but in the other statement, he said he didn't know until he saw him.
Right. All right, keep going.
Now, remember, this is his actual deposition, so he has to tell the truth on this one, or he doesn't get his plea agreement.
Yep.
Okay. Did you ever see John anytime before you got there? You said no, not that day. Okay. And I think you said that Elizabeth told you that John was going to be there.
Yes.
And she told you that when you were getting out of the car?
Yes.
You were already in the parking lot.
Right.
And she says what?
She mentions to me that John was supposed to meet us there.
Did she call him by name?
John, yeah.
Did she say John or John Yates or?
She might have said John Yates. I don't remember exactly how she said his name.
Well, my point is that when you were going to the bridge,
okay,
did you know who was going to be there?
John, yes.
Okay, John Yates.
Yes.
Or John anybody?
I knew when she told me, I knew it was going to be John Yates.
Okay, she mentioned his last name.
She probably did, yes.
Well, she probably did?
I'm guessing she did, but...
You don't remember?
I don't remember exactly.
I'm going to show you the pictures, which will identify as defendants Yates's B, okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's a picture taken of the roadway towards that bridge.
Yes.
And I'll give you a paper. Does that picture there, does that portray the general area of where you and Yates and Balser were?
Yes.
When you first occasioned Mr. Yates?
Uh-huh.
Okay, with Ms. Balser, would you write a 1 with a circle around it?
Okay.
You left there.
Uh-huh.
And you went someplace else, and you, as I understand it, called for Tabitha to come to you, and she was in the pavilion.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Would you put a 2 where you were standing when you did that?
It's not on there. It's on the other side of the road.
Okay, so you crossed the road?
I'm guessing yes. It was either right on the road or right on the other side.
Would you go back to the first picture?
Okay.
Okay. No, that's still me. Okay, that's across the road. Now, show me where you were in that picture.
I don't recall with that picture.
Well,
I don't recall exactly where we were at.
okay, the swing set's there. The other smaller pavilion is there.
Yes.
Were you close to there?
Well, I can't tell from that view exactly where.
You can't tell from that view.
Right.
I want you to look at this picture, okay? For the record, it's on the computer, and it's identified as P1010001 JPEG. And this is a picture taken from that pavilion.
Uh-huh.
Okay, towards the same area where you were just talking about. Now I'm going to enlarge it, okay? Do you see that? Okay? Do you see it well enough?
Uh-huh.
Do I need to adjust it for you?
Could you turn it a little bit more this way?
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, can you see where you were standing
I'm looking.
when you called to her?
I'm trying to look where everything's at. It was around here, maybe on the other side of the road.
Still you.
Yep. Is the easiest way to say it.
Okay, so you were on the other side of the road. That's in picture 2?
Yeah. On the other side of the road around here.
So you were mistaken when you told me you were...
I can't tell from this picture exactly. This picture exactly where I was at.
Well, this is one side of the roadway. That's on the other side.
Right, but I can't tell.
Which side of the road were you on?
On this side.
Okay, this is Mr. Rich. I'm going to, I don't know if I need to object, but I need to make sure that when we're testifying, when Kyle's testifying about a picture, that we're referring to one picture as opposed to another. Mr. Roberts, sure, I agree. You're talking about picture number 1 now.
That's picture number 1?
Yes.
Yes. I can't tell exactly where that is from the view.
Okay.
I can tell you it was on the other side of the roadway from around this area right here.
Mr. Rich. And which picture are you pointing to, Kyle?
I'm pointing to 2. Picture number 2.
Exhibit number B
B.
or letter B? Do you think you were in, when you called to her, you were in the area depicted in picture number B or picture designated as B?
It's across the road from this picture, yes.
You were not in the area as depicted in B.
Right, right.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I can't tell from picture A exactly where that area is at.
Okay, then when I show you the one on the computer,
Uh-huh.
okay, you can't see in there where it is?
I'm saying around that I'm not 100% positive, but I'm guessing around there.
Hang on a second. I have a dog issue. Hang on.
Okay. Puppy issue. All right, let's go see what everybody's saying here. Okay, so that guy was a lawyer. At that time of night, let alone if Bush was seated there by himself, he wouldn't have the lights on. That's true,
Right.
Mark. So many lies.
I'm back.
Okay.
Dodger was whining. He had to go out. Bob came in, so I told Bob to take him out.
If he was sitting there waiting for someone to come buy some pills, he wouldn't want to be lit up for all to see. Even if Tabitha did go there, he wouldn't want the lights on. Gloria says, right.
Well, the lights in the pavilion at that time, they weren't like big spotlights.
Right.
So it was like very dim lighted.
Right. It was like just enough light for someone who was in there, but
Right.
not from people that are around there to see who was there.
Yeah, you couldn't have looked in from over by the shuffleboard area and looked across to the pavilion and seen exactly who was in there.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, where'd we leave off?
Page 21.
Okay.
Well, let's see. You've got some handcuffs on. So is that here about where you were?
Approximately, yes. Maybe a little bit to the right or to the left of that.
Well, let's just do this. Now put that where you think you were.
Probably around there.
Right, where I've got it there.
Yeah.
Does that help you?
Yes. Right there.
Okay.
Oh, it moved.
Okay. Where? Here?
Around there, yes.
Right in here.
Yes.
Now where?
Right. Same place.
Right here.
Right there.
So you're almost right in front of that bridge.
No,
Huh?
it's across the road.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a direct line.
Yeah.
You'd be right across the road from the bridge?
Yes.
Mr. Rich, which bridge are we talking about? Mr. Roberts, are you talking about the wooden bridge?
Yes.
Okay, does that help you a little bit more? This is down there in the play area.
Yes.
So you're on the other side of that, but you're just where? I want you to tell me where.
Approximately right there.
So again,
Approximately right there.
okay,
Same place.
is that the spot?
Approximately, yes.
Now here we can see, can you see where the bridge is?
Yes.
Okay,
Right there.
so you're away from the bridge, okay, and you're to what? The right of the little bit?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's look at that. That other picture on B, and you don't think it's in that area.
It's across the road from that area, yes.
All right. So at this area, you're there when you call her.
Not right there, no. That's up by the creek.
Okay, where are you?
Approximately around this area.
Right in here.
Yeah.
That's before you get to the roadway.
It's right at the roadway.
Okay, recognize any of this stuff in terms of foliage or anything?
What's foliage mean?
Okay, greenery.
Greenery? I guess. I don't recognize it right offhand, no.
So that's where you were when you called for her?
Approximately, yes.
Okay, we'll go back to this area looking out the pavilion. I want to take you over a little bit closer to the bridge and looking from the bridge out towards Highway 19.
Okay.
I'll show you Exhibit C, okay? Does that look like that depicts any of the area that looks familiar to you as to where anything happened?
I don't recognize that area right there.
Okay.
I can't tell from that picture.
Okay, well, let's look at Deposition Exhibit D. I think both of those show the bridge going down Highway 19.
Oh, yes.
Does that help you?
Yeah, I see the bridge, yes.
Were you in the area there depicted by either of those pictures?
I was. I can't see the whole area there, the footbridge or anything. Well, I'm not, I'm more back this way. I know that, but I can't tell exactly where without the footbridge.
Well, say that's right as you would cross the footbridge.
That's not right in front of the footbridge.
When you got to let's go back to, I believe it's B, this one here.
This one?
Uh-huh. Take a look and make sure that's B.
Okay, yes, that's B.
All right, now that shows a
different view.
walkway that goes down to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay, and
This picture right here is over here, like.
how about over here?
Over there, that picture's not from over here. It's on the other side of that bridge right there.
You think so?
Yes,
Okay.
I know so.
Okay, then that would show the clear area from the other side of the brick, okay?
Yes.
All the way down to 19.
Okay.
Now, in that, show me where you were when the altercation occurred.
About right there.
So that would be in picture B.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't tell exactly from here in this picture.
Well, in any event, Mr. Rich, which picture?
From
Mr. Rogers. Oh, yeah, that's you. Ms. Duran. D.
D.
Okay. Mr. Rich, I'm just concerned for the record that when Kyle testifies about a picture, that we make sure we know which pictures we're talking about. Mr. Roberts. Sure. Yeah, I am too. Mr. Rich. Otherwise, we're just going to confuse.
We're confused. Oh.
Yeah. Mr. Roberts. Well, don't want to confuse you.
Okay.
But if you're facing the bridge, okay?
Yes.
And the walkway going down to the bridge,
uh-huh,
it's on your right-hand side.
Yes.
If you're on the bridge and you're looking the other way, it's on your left-hand side.
If you're looking which way? South?
Pardon me?
If you're looking south, it's on the left hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's towards 19.
Yes.
From that little walkway.
Yes.
It's not. It's to the east. All right. And that's where the altercation occurred?
Yes.
When you initially called her, you were about at the end of that walkway across the road.
Uh-huh.
And she came towards you.
Yes.
And she had Andrew Bush with her.
Yes.
What happened then?
We started walking back towards the bridge.
Okay, and you got on the right side of the walkway, or the 19 side, or the east side?
Yes.
All being the same?
Yes.
Uh-huh. How far did you walk?
Probably about 10 feet away approximately.
From the road?
From the bridge. The walkway.
So you were from the walkway. How close were you to the bridge?
Probably about 30 feet. 20 feet. I don't know exactly how close.
Now I want you to go back to Exhibit B again.
Okay.
There appears to be about 3 pine trees in there.
Yes.
That's on the other side of the right of the walkway.
Correct.
You're definitely sure that it was not there.
Yes.
So if somebody said that it occurred there, they're wrong?
From my recollection, yes.
Now let's look at that picture again. Mr. Rich. Which picture? Mr. Roberts. B. Mr. Rich. Thank you. Mr. Roberts. Now in B, doesn't that show the place where the altercation occurred and the bridge?
Yes.
Tell me what route Andrew Bush took after the shooting.
He went across the bridge right there.
Directly? I mean, he just ran?
Yeah, he ran.
He ran across the bridge.
Yes.
And you say that Ms. Balser followed him.
Yes.
How far were you away from that bridge?
About 20 to 30 feet. I'm not exactly sure how far. Well, let's say that the width
That's
of
me.
the 2-room... Oh, sorry.
Well, let's say that the width of these 2 rooms is about 20 feet. 20 feet, 30 feet. Is that about right?
Maybe a little bit less than.
You were pretty close to the bridge then.
We were close, yeah, but not extremely close, no.
Well, but Andrew's size, that would have been, what, 4 or 5 leaps for him?
He's probably more than that. It's more than 4 or 5 leaps.
10 if he's running.
5 or 10, yeah.
He's on the bridge by then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would guess.
Now, from what you've told us before, there was 3 shots at the scene.
2 or 3, yes.
And this gun you brought was a 5-shooter.
Yes, if I recall correctly, yes, it was.
And it was fully loaded.
Yes.
And there's 2 shots left
Uh-huh.
at that point.
Yes.
And I think you told us earlier that there was 1 shot that was, wait a minute, earlier that there was 1 shot was shot at almost point blank range, and that hit Tabitha in the upper part of her head.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
She fell backwards,
Yes.
and her head touched the ground, and she was face up.
Yes.
Were her knees under her?
What do you mean? Her knees were bent? Yes.
Okay, do you know what a fetal position is?
That's with your knees up to your chest.
On your side, kind of.
Yes.
Was she laying on her side with her head back facing up, or was her whole body over her ankles, her feet, and her lower legs?
It was more like that.
So she was totally back.
Yes, she's on her back.
Knees totally bent, and she's in that position backwards?
Yes.
All right. That's after the first shot.
Yes.
Now tell me about the second shot. Where did that take place?
That happened right after the first shot.
Okay, it's 11 at night.
Uh-huh.
First shot, second shot, bang, bang.
Uh-huh.
No interruption, just enough time to squeeze the trigger twice.
Right.
Then a third shot rings out.
I think so, yes.
What do you mean, you think?
I don't remember exactly about the third shot. I don't know if it was already missing a shot or if it was fired there. I can't remember.
Did you ever tell the police it was 3 shots?
I said 2 or 3, yes.
You're telling us today that you remember 2, but you don't remember 3.
Right. I remember I seen 2 or 3 shots. I can't remember exactly.
Shot number 1, shot number 2, shot number 3. Bam, bam, bam.
It could have been like that, yes.
But you don't remember.
I don't remember exactly a third shot, but I remember there was 3 empty cartridges in the gun.
And you discovered that when you got home?
Yes.
And that's what you base your opinion of 3 shots on?
Yes.
You don't really remember hearing the 3 shots?
No, I can't remember.
What time of day was it?
It was about 10:30 at night, around then.
10:30?
Yeah.
I guess you're what, 100 yards at the most from the closest house?
I don't know. I know where it's at. I know where the closest house is, but I don't know exactly.
It's right across the bridge, isn't it?
Across the bridge, across the basketball courts, and across the street, and the tennis courts.
Would you look at B again? Okay, doesn't that go right straight across that bridge?
Yeah.
And there's houses on the other side of the street.
Yes, that's Mr. Odin's house right there.
Ogden.
Ogden.
Okay, Mr. Ogden then is the closest house to you at that time.
I would say so, yes.
Okay, within 100 yards?
I don't know. I can't tell you that because I don't know exactly the measurements from there.
Sure. Well, you don't think I'm exaggerating, do you?
I'm not going to judge.
Football field?
Around there, yeah, I'd say.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
Sure, okay. You think there was 3 shots, but you remember 2?
Yes, definitely, yes.
definitely remember 2.
Yes.
Third shot, or excuse me, second shot doesn't hit Tabby.
I don't know whether it was the second shot or the first shot that hit her. Are you there?
I don't know what happened. It got muted.
Okay.
I thought you said that at point blank range that she was struck in the head by the bullet. I guess if I can understand that if she shot the first time at point blank range, her head would go back.
Uh-huh.
Okay, immediately. I'd be pretty hard to miss that first shot, wouldn't it?
If I was looking at it right?
Pardon me?
Right?
Now, thinking about what I just told you,
Okay.
did the first shot hit her or did the second shot?
I don't know.
Did you see the shot?
No, I wasn't looking in that direction. I saw right after the shots. Yes.
Heard 2 shots. You never saw the gunfire, never saw a flash, never saw anything?
I might have saw a flash. I don't recall. Out of the corner of my eye. I wasn't looking.
Where were you looking?
Towards Drew.
And Drew was to the right of you?
Yes.
So you were looking at Jonathan too?
Yes.
Okay, and I think you said Jonathan was on his right and you were on his left.
Right.
You were all 3 facing Elizabeth and Tabitha.
Yes.
A little more than an arm's length away.
A little more than that, yes. A little more like 4 or 3 to 5 feet away, probably.
Okay, the gun goes where?
What do you mean?
What happened to the gun?
Elizabeth had it.
What'd she do with it?
She put it in her pants or she shot Tabitha with it. What do you mean? What'd she do with it? What time?
After. Okay, after the shots went off, when's the next time you saw the gun?
After Elizabeth came back towards us.
Okay, where did Elizabeth go?
She went to go chase after Drew.
Shots went off.
Uh-huh.
You no longer have a hold of Drew.
No, we don't.
Okay, he runs towards her, past her, directly to the bridge and crosses the bridge.
Yes.
You see him do that.
Yes.
He's out of there really fast, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't appear to be drunk, does he?
Not at that time, no.
He's running as fast as he can, right?
Uh-huh, yes.
She takes off after him.
Yes.
How close does she get to him?
She doesn't get close to him, not close enough to touch him.
Okay, in terms of the bridge,
Uh-huh.
is he across the bridge before she gets to it?
Yes.
So he's already in the parking lot on the other side.
Yes.
Okay, and he's running and running hard.
Yes.
She's got 2 bullets left,
Yes.
as far as you know.
Yes.
Now, when does she stop?
About halfway across the bridge.
So she gets in the middle of the bridge, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Okay, she stops.
Yes.
What'd she do?
She hollered for us.
What'd she say?
I don't... Come on, or something like that. I don't remember the exact words.
So she says to you two, come on.
Yeah.
Now let's stop right there.
Okay.
You've got a dead body of a girl that you've had an intimate relationship with in front of you.
Uh-huh.
Okay? Laying face up near your feet.
Uh-huh.
How'd you feel?
Upset. Mad. I can't tell the exact feeling I had.
Why didn't you run away?
Because she had my mom's gun.
That was the only reason?
I guess. I don't remember exactly why I didn't run away. I was shocked, scared. I didn't know what.
Shocked? Scared?
Yeah.
What'd you do when she said, come on?
We didn't go on. We didn't go up there.
You and Jonathan just stood there,
Yeah.
shocked. Now, how did Jonathan appear to you?
Angry, scared,
Shocked?
confused. Yeah.
Both of you are?
Uh-huh.
Okay, she quits chasing Drew.
Uh-huh.
She turns around, I take it,
Yes.
in the middle of the bridge, and she comes back.
Yes.
Does she walk, run,
Walked.
slowly,
No.
seem excited,
I don't want to say excited. No.
calm?
I won't say calm. No. I don't know.
Well, do your best. Tell me how she appeared to you.
Antsy. Nervous. Antsy. I don't know exact words.
Shaky?
Yeah.
Did you see the gun?
Yes.
How was she? What was she doing with the gun?
It was in her pants.
Okay, at that time, she put the gun away?
Yes.
Do you know when she did that?
I'm guessing after she stopped on the bridge.
Okay, she had the gun in her hand when she was chasing Drew?
Yes.
Then she put it sometime after she turned around.
Yes.
She put it in her pants? Okay, how was she dressed?
In clothes?
Well, did she have a top on that covered her waist?
Yes.
I mean, could you see the gun clearly?
Yes.
Did she have a belt on?
I could see the gun clearly, the handle of it.
Did she have a belt on? Pardon me. The handle. Oh, go ahead.
The handle of it.
Okay. Did she have a belt on?
Not that I recall, no. But she might have.
How was her top? What did it look like?
T-shirt. A white t-shirt.
White t-shirt?
Uh-huh.
Was the t-shirt outside the pants or inside the pants?
It was outside the pants.
She had pants on, not shorts?
Right.
Jeans or other kind of pants?
I'm pretty sure jeans.
And she had the gun tucked down into her belly area?
Yes.
Now, after she had the gun tucked in her belly as she's approaching you,
Uh-huh.
what'd she say to you?
I don't remember exactly what she said to us when she was approaching us. Maybe something like, why didn't you come? Or...
Well, in going over some of your previous accounts,
Uh-huh.
I noticed that you indicated that she made some sort of threat to you at that time. At least I interpreted it that way.
Uh-huh.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
For us to help her carry the body.
Okay, what'd she say?
She told us to help her carry it.
She just said, help me carry the body?
Yeah. And at first we said no. And then she asked us if we wanted to end up in the same situation as Tabby.
Okay, and she had only 2 bullets left?
Yes.
You guys must have both been about 50, some 80 feet away from her at the time she was furthest away from you. With the gun.
What do you mean?
When she was in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah.
Neither one of you moved, just stayed there and waited on her?
Pretty much, yes.
Didn't know she was going to shoot Tabby?
No, I knew she was going to threaten her, but I didn't know she was going to shoot her.
Gave her a loaded gun to threaten her with?
Yeah, I didn't. I gave her a gun, yes, and it was loaded.
Didn't check the bullets before you gave her the gun?
No.
Got the gun from your mother's house?
Yes.
Took the gun to the park or the high school, I guess?
Yes.
On your motorcycle?
Yes.
Got into Balser's car?
Yes.
Ran kind of smoothly over to the park?
Uh-huh.
Nothing remarkable about the drive over there?
No.
Nothing remarkable about how her car operated or what it looked like? I think that's what you told us the last time.
Right. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Okay, she parked the car in a position up by the shuffleboard.
Yes.
Show you what's on the computer as one JPEG, and that shows the bridge that you were talking about.
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Yes.
And you say Tabby made it about halfway across, or excuse me, Balser made it about halfway across there.
Yes.
Stopped, turned around, and came back.
Uh-huh.
To you folks, right?
Yes.
Could you see Drew Bush at that time when you stopped?
I don't remember.
Was it dark out?
Yes, it was dark.
Any lights in the area?
There might have been some on the other side of the bridge.
Okay, but nothing on...
This side of the bridge that I recall, no.
Okay, that would be nothing on the south side of the bridge.
Right.
Okay, I've got a picture on the computer screen that is P1010004 JPEG, and it shows a car and a parking lot adjacent to where the shuffleboard area is. Is that the parking lot that we're talking about where you parked Balser's car?
I think so, if the shuffleboard courts are over there.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and where was her car parked in that parking lot?
If I recall, around there somewhere.
Somewhere in that area?
Yes.
So it'd be over here next to this tree.
If I recall correctly, yes.
Facing which way?
East.
So it'd be facing that direction.
This direction's facing east right here.
Yeah. I mean, the roadway goes east, doesn't it?
The roadway right there goes south and then turns east. But there it's south.
So you're going to the right. Her car's facing right, or is it facing straight ahead?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead, okay.
If I remember correctly.
So she's looking right at, I mean, you get out of her car, you're looking right at these playthings.
Uh-huh.
That are across the street.
Yes.
And then you've got to go across another street to get where you're going.
Yeah, but that's not the way we went. No.
Yeah, you went to the left.
Right.
And walked all the way around. Am I right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
And you followed the roadway out of the parking lot.
When we went back a little bit, yes.
So you would have went in this direction.
Yes.
That shows that cement bridge going to
Pool.
the pool, right? So you walked all the way around and went past the cement bridge and then went to the other bridge.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, but we didn't walk along the road, no.
You were in the grass.
Yes.
On this side of the road or on the other side?
The other side.
This side.
On the west side of the road and the north side of the road.
Okay, you stayed on the creek side of the road.
Yes.
All the time?
Yes.
Well, that's the way I understood your testimony earlier. That's why I wanted to make sure. Okay. Okay, now Tabitha's laying on the ground.
Uh-huh.
Face up, laying over her knees or legs, feet.
Yes.
And Elizabeth tells you to help her.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what did you do?
I first tell her no.
What did you do after that?
We end up helping her.
Why did you change your mind?
Because she told us to either help her or we'll end up like her.
Okay, now she's got the gun in her belt.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You're two big guys.
Yeah.
Why don't you grab her and take her to the police?
I don't want to go to jail.
Why would you go to jail?
Because I got the gun for her. Because I got Tabitha in the park.
So you were thinking about those things at that time?
Yeah. I don't want to go to jail.
What was the conversation about picking up the body?
Where we were going to take it.
Who said what?
I don't remember who said what. I don't remember exactly what exact words were said.
Well, I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you had testified before or gave information to the police that
Uh-huh.
Elizabeth told you to grab her feet,
Yes.
and her feet are under her.
Yes.
What did that come in response to? Some question that somebody asked or a demand?
She told us to grab her feet. Yes.
And you have her, did you do that?
Yes.
Did Jonathan do that?
Yes.
Which foot did you grab?
The left one, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the left one.
Okay, is she face up or face down?
Face up.
Bleeding?
Probably, yes.
Didn't see any blood?
I didn't look for any blood.
Jonathan got a foot?
Yes.
The right one, I take it.
Yes.
What did Elizabeth get?
Her upper body.
Her upper body. How did she get her? How did she grab hold?
Like around her, this area, around her arms.
Okay, you're demonstrating your chest.
Yes.
All right. Are you saying that she got behind Tabitha, put her arms underneath Tabitha's arms?
Got besides Tabitha.
Pardon me?
Got beside Tabitha.
Got beside?
If I remember correctly, yes.
What did she do with her arms and hands?
She grabbed her body.
Did she put both arms around her?
Yes.
Tabby's back was against her chest?
No, Tabby's back wasn't against her chest.
Okay, what was against her chest?
Her arm and shoulder.
So she had her sideways.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of confused about how you do the carrying if one of you has one foot and the other one has another foot, and the person up in the upper torso area has her twisted sideways.
She wasn't twisted sideways.
Explain that to me.
What do you want me to explain?
How did she carry her? I mean, what'd she do with her hands?
Picked her up and walked.
Where's her right hand?
Under her. About right there, probably.
You're saying her right hand is under her armpit.
Yes.
Tabby's armpit.
Around on her back, yes.
Okay, her right hand is underneath Tabitha's right armpit.
Yes.
Her left hand, where is that?
Underneath her other armpit, about right there.
So she has her with her arms.
Yes.
Okay, in a locked position like I've got mine.
Probably.
Kind of in a 45-degree angle.
No, probably like this, more like this. I can't do it with these handcuffs on.
Well, okay. So an oblique angle, that's not a square.
Her arms, not like that, no.
Okay, Mr. Rich. The record should reflect that Kyle's demonstrating a position where his hands are locked together in like a bear hug around.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Rich, the torso.
Well, that's what I was getting at before. Oh.
Nope, that's me. Mr. Roberts. Well, that's what I was getting at before.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought you told me that her hands were underneath her armpits.
Yeah, they were.
Now, they can't be on each side of her.
And she was beside her.
And locked together, as Mr. Rich just said.
I didn't mean locked together, but I can't spread my hands apart. She was around her like this, but I can't really do it.
Well, I want to know if one of her hands was inside her other hand and the body was in between.
No, they weren't locked.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, and her hands, okay.
Yes.
Were in her armpits.
On her back side of her ribs.
Pardon me?
On the back side of her ribs.
Backside of her ribs?
Yes.
What was Elizabeth holding onto on Tabitha's body as you had hold of one leg? Jonathan had a hold of the other leg. What did Elizabeth have a hold of?
Her upper body.
Can you be more specific for me?
Her back area around right here.
Shoulder blade.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe a little bit, in a little bit, but I don't remember exact. I couldn't see exactly where her hands were located.
Now, this woman takes Tabby by the back shoulder blades or in that area, okay?
Uh-huh.
And do you know what hang on. Latissimus muscles are? Those muscles that come off the back underneath.
The lats?
Yeah, the lats. Is that where she's got her?
Around right there.
And she's carrying her with both hands.
Yes.
Okay, the gun is in her belt.
Yes.
Are you in fear of her at that time?
Not at that time, no.
You don't feel threatened at that point?
Not at that time, no.
Now, this is shortly after you were telling me a while ago that you felt threatened.
Yes.
How long did that feeling threatened last?
While she was standing there with the gun.
A few seconds?
Probably longer than that. I don't remember exactly how long.
Not very long?
Right.
Now, who walks first?
Liz.
Liz does?
Yes.
Is she walking backwards?
No, she's walking forward.
Are you walking backwards?
No, I'm walking forward.
So you have the Tabby's left leg at this time.
Yes.
And Jonathan's got her right leg.
Yes.
Now, hang on a minute. Did you catch what that just did? A while ago, he said he had her right foot.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it said that he had her left.
No, I'm pretty sure it said he had it right.
Okay, so this whole thing of how Liz carried her.
Yeah, you can't tell me that she had her balanced on her hands, carrying her by her shoulder blades.
Right.
I mean, I guess if she put her arms under from the backside, reaching, no, she couldn't have. She would have had to have had control over her by her armpits.
But you would have thought if she had her by the armpits, Tabitha's body would have been against hers. And that's not what he's saying.
Right.
He's saying that she almost took her arms kind of sideways because he said she's off to the side.
Yeah.
So she had to have been turned and kind of scooped under her arms and just picked her up.
Right.
And kind of walked awkwardly. That's what he's saying.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
make any sense.
right here on page 50, it says, which foot did you grab? The left one, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the left one.
Okay.
And then at 51, it says, Jonathan got a foot? Yes. The right one, I take it? Yes.
So what does it say on 50? He had which
It
side?
says right here. It says right here. Which foot did you grab? The left one, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the left one. And then on page 51, it goes over and it says, Jonathan got a foot? Yes. The right one, I take it? Yes.
Yeah, and on page 56 it says, and Jonathan's got her right leg. Oh, and then it says, so you have the right.
Yeah. And Jonathan had the left.
The Tabby's left leg at that time. No, he fixed it. Because he says, so you have the right. Tabby's left leg at that time. And he says, yes. And Jonathan's got her right leg. Yes. And she's face up. Okay, you're all walking westerly. It's the way that he worded the question. It seemed like he was saying, in the beginning it said, so you have the right. And then he changed it. Tabby's left leg at that time. Yikes. And Gloria, you're right. It was hard to see anyone clearly after it turned dark. How they knew what was happening and where the gun was and all that, I'll never know.
Are you checking comments? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm going to get a drink.
When your mommy is on the school's biggest donors, well, guess you can get away with things. Okay. There are many people that are in the know per se, involved in Tipton judicial and public service persons, kids, that know the truth about what happened to Tabby. Janet says, Mark, why won't anybody come forward to tell the truth after all this time?
Because they're scared.
Yep. Janet says, I wish people would do the right thing to give justice for Tabitha. I'm so sorry, Mark. This must be awful for you. I can feel it just hearing all this. Mark says, we've had people come forward over the years and presently and has been verified with what we have known through our sources. Why don't they look, Janet says, why don't they relook at Tabitha's case again?
Good question.
Because Jay Rich feels that he prosecuted the right people. He believes that Elizabeth Balser shot Tabitha Raines. He tried her. He lost. She was acquitted. He gave Kyle Bush the plea deal, the individual that lured, Kyle Neff, sorry, the person that lured Tabitha to the park and helped dispose of her body. And then because Elizabeth Balser was acquitted, he didn't feel that he could win the case against Jonathan Yates, so he dropped the charges.
But he also told the family that if they come up with new evidence, he would reopen the case, which is not the case.
Right.
And why is that? Is because the evidence is long gone. Unless we can finagle.
Right. Right. Yeah. Glory says, well, his scenario makes no sense.
Yeah, no kidding.
Miracle Heart says, none of it sounds right and it seems fabricated.
I'm sitting here trying to picture it in my mind as I'm reading it, and it's like, what?
Uh-huh.
No way. How do you pick up a body, and I don't want to sound morbid or cold, that's dead weight.
Right.
By her shoulder blades.
Right. and talk about how uncomfortable that would be and how far she had to carry her like that.
Walked her 1,300 feet.
Right. Like that. Only putting her down twice. Janet says, sounds like they're all lying.
Bingo.
Gloria says, Rich is definitely contributing to his statements.
Yeah, I won't comment on that.
Our Facebook user said they're cowards. Gloria says, exactly. Janet was rehearsed. Why else allow them to see the deposition of the others? Our Facebook user says they consider it closed. Rich isn't going to take the chance of showing how incompetent he is.
Facts.
Bingo! Ding, 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 ding. That's a winning comment. Miracle Hearts. J. Rich can't honestly think justice was served.
That's the
He
sad
doesn't
thing. He
care.
thinks he does.
Yeah, he does, and he doesn't care
Right.
what others think. Janet says, what a terrible lawyer. Gloria says, he didn't even try. Too much going on in the legal system that pointed to officious. Facebook user, I'm still stuck on the fact that they took Bush's story and used him. He was completely unreliable. Exactly.
You think? Because now, any other trial, they would have said, well, he was under the influence, so you really can't take anything he said for truth.
Right. Facebook user, it's apparent that somebody made the story up and fed it to Bush and Neff.
I'm glad someone else is seeing it.
Yep. Miracle Heart says, yeah, it sounds exactly like what it is. A concocted story of a bunch of deadbeat kids. Thanks, Natasha. It doesn't show up on here unless I look at Facebook, but I've got so many documents up I can't move them right now. So,
Hey, Tosh.
he kept the truth out of the jury's eyes in the Lamine order that Steve Nations approved, which we will definitely talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha says, love y'all, Mark 2. Hey, Andy? What?
Me.
Ah,
Andy's my nickname.
I'm like, Andy, my Andy's not here.
Yeah. No, I told you my nickname was Andy.
I know. All right, how many more pages of this do we have?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Well, we were at the end of 56, I think. And there's quite a few left.
Okay. I can't look at the pages anymore in that small writing.
That's fine.
So we're just going to chat for a little bit, and then we'll pick this one up next week, and we'll get the other documents straightened up. I'm going to get rid of the pictures.
I think
Okay.
I know where that other document is, by the way.
Oh, good.
I don't think it was under Neff. I think it was under Frawley.
Oh, that could be.
Because he's the one that interviewed him.
So now it comes out that Kyle Neff is the one that brought the gun. He admits to it in this, from what we've read. Now,
I don't want to interrupt you, but here's something else that I found reading that.
Yes,
He
go
says
ahead.
he knew that the gun was loaded when he gave it to her.
Right.
Then he turns around and says, "Well, I don't know if there was a bullet missing."
Right.
Tucker's getting his shadow in the door. So how can you know a bullet's loaded or a gun's loaded, but then you don't know if a bullet's missing? And nobody caught on to that, not as of yet.
Right. And there was a total of 5 bullets that could be in there.
Right.
He's saying there was 3 shots because 3 bullets were missing.
3 shell casings were missing. That's what he had to reload.
Right. But he only remembers hearing 2 shots.
Right.
And one of the bullets may not have been in there in the beginning.
Makes no sense.
No. Yeah. And going back to the way that Elizabeth carried Tabby. Elizabeth was, what was her physique at that time, Andrea? Do you remember?
It said she weighed 112 pounds.
Okay. Elizabeth weighed 112
Oh, no,
pounds?
Tabby weighed 112 pounds. Elizabeth she was on the, she's not heavy. I would probably say maybe 160.
So you think she was
170s?
160 pounds?
Yeah. Mark, am I right in saying that Elizabeth was about 160, 165 pounds at that time?
So if you're 160 pounds and
Wait a minute, Gloria Bowen said nobody picked up the shell casings, so where did they go? Yes, Kyle picked them up and said he threw them along the road on Division Road the next day.
Yep, she was a bigger girl back then.
Yeah.
But still, 165 pounds, okay? You've got a 112-pound girl, dead weight.
Which is double the weight.
Right. So you're talking
224, went to 225.
right. And you're going to carry her like that? There's
Hell
no
no.
way.
Hell no.
There is no way. There's no way.
I can lift some pretty decent amount of weight, but it was all I could do to lift my 80-pound dog into the car.
Right.
By myself.
Right.
Now, maybe with a little help, it wouldn't have been as bad. But 225 pounds, no way. Not even with help, especially carrying the heavier part of the body.
Miracle Heart, so much was covered up and misrepresented. I can't believe what they got away with. Tabitha deserved a real justice system, and I'm so sorry this is reality. Appalling. Yeah. Yeah, and the only reason they used Andrew Bush is because he was looking at murder 1 for Shane Jackson's death and the overdose of Gloria's son and his friend. Oh, I'm sure Shane Jackson's family does want justice. It's crazy. It baffles me. Makes me wonder who actually came up with this story. I mean, there might be moments of truth in it. We're gonna have to.
I think moments of truth are in it, but wrong people.
Yeah, could be. I think we're gonna have to find, while we're at the park, the end of this month, we're gonna have to find somebody little, and find a woman that's in that weight range, and see if they can carry her like that. That's what I always wondered. Why didn't she hold the legs and the fellows carry the top half?
I don't know, but my niece Kelby is about that size. Is about Liz's size.
Okay.
Now to find somebody that would be.
Tabby size.
Mm-hmm. But no, you got to double it, so it would be about 225.
Yeah, true. Well, I'd like to see how easy it is just to have somebody carry somebody regular weight,
right? 112, like right?
And then somebody bigger. I'm pretty sure they're. Yeah. Because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together the video that we take at the end of this month with what I took from last time with my walk with Mark.
Yeah.
So everybody can see exactly how far they walked.
Right. How long did it take you to walk from the footbridge around to where they said they placed your body? Just walking normal.
I don't know, because we stopped. We didn't. That's one of the things I have to do.
Well, but they stopped twice.
Yeah, but we stopped multiple times. I'll have to walk it and see how long it takes. Actually time it.
No, Mark, you probably should not do that.
Yeah, I just saw that. That would not be good. Nope. But
yeah, she's thinner now than what she was.
Okay.
That's what drugs do to you.
And she's about 5'6", right?
No, she's taller than that.
Is she?
I'd say she's more 5'8", 5'9".
Okay. All right. Well, we know some things that we need to do at the park at the end of this month when I'm there. And did everybody recognize Miracle Hearts? You're here almost all the time. The way that he explains how her body was after she was shot. Huh?
That was so confusing.
But it was completely different from what Andrew Bush said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I picked up on.
Yeah.
According to him, she was shot and she fell straight back with her legs bent behind her.
And her side was twisted on the ground.
Right. But according to Andrew, she was on her side, remember?
Totally.
With her arm, because we were talking about redoing that at the park too.
Right.
To see if that made sense.
That she was laying with her legs pulled up, but she was totally on her side.
Mm-hmm. So those two descriptions do not match each other
No.
whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
The only thing that Kyle kind of did is the lawyer asked him, he didn't seem drunk when he was running away, did he?
Yeah. He said no.
And he said no. Mark raises his hand, I know who. I don't think you're thinking.
He knows who what. What's he replying to?
I don't know. Something I said. We'll have to find out.
You know who what, Mark?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting. Raise his hand. You know who what? He's probably typing.
Well, I'm trying to remember what we said.
I know. Well, we were talking about how she was laying.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about Andrew Bush running and Kyle sedating. He didn't seem drunk at the time he was running.
Right.
Which
That's why I'm confused as what he said. I know.
I know. Which verifies what Andrew said about being what was his words?
Zombified.
Shocked sober or
Oh no, he was scared sober.
Scared sober, that's it. Oh, Gloria says Smith & Wesson had a 5-shot semi. Okay. All right. So next week I have Tabitha's scheduled on Thursday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to finish this one. And
But
then
we probably won't finish it.
Huh?
We may not finish it on Thursday. That's a lot. Unless we just keep reading.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll read for another. We'll go 2 more hours tonight. I couldn't do it, but my eyes. I'm sorry, my eyes are just bugging out, and I'm just gonna share my screen here real quick.
Mark commented. Yeah. This is what we're reading from.
This is what we're reading from. And when we get mixed up, it's because, so this here is page 53. Then you got to scroll down for 54. Then you got to scroll back up for 55. And then down for 56. And then you come over here for 57. Down for 58. Back up for 50. So it's a mess and it's very small.
It would have been a lot easier if they would have went left to right, left to right.
Yeah, exactly. But so we're sorry when it comes to these. The other ones, most of the other ones are not set up like this.
Oh no, we fly through those.
Yeah, but these we have trouble with. But so I just wanted to explain why my eyes are shot, and especially after working all day on the computer.
Okay.
It's all about pinning it on her, even to the point of her carrying her. He only had a leg. Everything, yes, I agree. So, sorry. So Thursday we will do another 2 hours, and then I'll have to look at my schedule for next week. I know next week I have a live on September 11th. about remembering what happened on September 11th. I have a Delphi Live on Tuesday, Tabitha on Thursday, and then maybe we'll do a Sunday Live for Tabitha too. I don't know. I have to look at my schedule and see. I know Paula's big 4K, 5K race is that weekend, so I'll have to look. But otherwise, we'll get as much done on the 14th as we can. And then, if anything, on that Monday, the 18th, we'll pick it up and finish it off and then go to the next one. Like we said, there's a lot for Kyle Neff. So,
yeah, there's the rest of this one and then the tape statement.
Yep.
I think that's it, though. Oh, no, there's one more that's the another plea motion thing.
Yeah, but I'm going to read that later on.
It's 99 pages.
Yeah, it's crazy. So after we get done, so we should be able to finish Kyle's the week of the 18th. And then, depending on when my lives fall on the week of the 18th, then we're going to go into Amanda's. We've got two statements from her, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, bear with us. We're trying to get through them as fast as we can.
Unless these people want to sit for a 3 and 4 hour live, that's the way we have to do it.
Yeah. Janet says, still think Kyle and Andrew are red flags. Exactly. Yeah. All right, everybody. We are going to end for tonight. I'm going to go take some Tylenol so I do not get a migraine. But thank you for joining us. Like I said, we're going to keep going. It's not easy reading these, and I'm sure it's not an easy way for you guys to listen to them, just sitting here listening to us read back and forth. But that's why we try to stop periodically and take questions and comments and make.
And we get a little animated.
Yeah. I do get a little animated.
We do. The more we get into reading it, it's like you take on that role, and it's like you become that person. So then your voice changes.
Well, and that and
then you get mad, and then you.
I can feel myself rolling my eyes at what they're saying.
Yeah, right.
You know, and
yeah.
Sometimes I just want to hit myself in the head, like, how stupid were you?
Right.
What was that all about? You know.
Right.
So.
Or you're thinking you're a dumbass.
Yeah, exactly.
Or how many times are you going to ask the same question?
Yes. Well, what's foliage?
You know, yeah, what's foliage? What's foliage? I mean, come on, for real. Yeah. Oh my God.
Can't help it. And when you've looked at this stuff as much as we have,
you have to laugh. You don't want to laugh about it because of the situation, but we're laughing about it because as much as we've read, it's like, for real? Come on. You ask a stupid question as what's foliage?
Right. But at that time he didn't know.
Lord.
So all right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll be back. Next week I have a little bit of different stuff and breaking out some other stuff, so join us for that too. But Thursday night will be part 11 we're on. Wow. Part 11 of What Happened to Tabitha. Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. If you enjoy what you're hearing, or not so much enjoying it, but are learning a lot from it, hit that like button, leave us a comment.
And if you want t-shirts,
Yes. Next week I will have everything together and show t-shirts for Tabitha. And then tell you how you would order them. So,
or True Crime with Marv shirts.
yeah, or True Crime with Marv shirts. Yep. All right. Have a good weekend. Hopefully the weather's not too cold after all this warm weather. We'll see. If you're in the area of the hurricane, please be safe. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.